Hey, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. And what we're looking at this time is the Harukaze Aogami Super, or AS Morado Gyuto 210mm knife. So the construction as indicated on the sheet, this is a 3-layer construction, and the center hard core cutting edge steel is Aogami Blue Paper Super Reactive High Carbon Steel from Hitachi. The heat treat targets around 63 Rockwell, which is kind of right in the middle of the range for this steel. They can take it pretty hard or not so hard, but it's typically in the 62 to 65 range. The construction is, as mentioned, 3 layers. The outside cladding on each side is stainless, so it's a soft stainless cladding. It has a kurauchi or blacksmith protective finish on it, as well as being hammered, known as a tsushime finish. And then we've got kind of a sandblasted gray finish to the grind down to the coarse steel peeking out here. You can see that very easily. And then they've gone pretty aggressive on their edge bevel. You can see, let me get my angle right. You can see it's a pretty wide edge bevel, so that means they've been pretty aggressive on their angle, taking it to a fairly steep angle on the cutting edge during sharpening. So the weight and dimensions on these are going to vary from knife to knife. This particular one is 154 grams or 5.4 ounces. Edge length is right about 215 on the edge, a little oversized for a 210. So that's from the tip all the way down to the back of the heel. Overall length is right about 14 inches with this handle. And it's not a particularly thick blade, so I measured about 2.1 millimeters all the way down. And some slight variations because of the hammered finish on it, but basically that's the thickness. And then you can see where the grind is, which is a pretty generous grind down to the edge. The tip gets pretty thin, so no slouch on this one. And then it also gets pretty thin at the edge, so these have nice high-performance grinds to them. The blade height on this is about 45.7, so it's just got a good medium height for this style of blade. Plenty of clearance for your fingers on the cutting board. The handle's nicely done. It is an oval, walnut, and a maple ferrule, a little unusual. Good fit and finish on the handle, nice tight glue up where it goes into the tang, into the handle. And I got circumference around 75 millimeters, 3-ish inches, where the two materials meet. Balance point is going to be very close to at least my pinch grip. So there's the balance point, and my pinch grip, that's pretty doggone close, honestly. So, my hands are kind of smaller side of medium, so, but it's a pretty nimble, neutral feel for the balance point on this with a pinch grip. The out-of-the-box edge was very sharp. As I mentioned, the actual bevel is not anything conservative on the edge angle, but very, very sharp out of the box. The blade is actually fairly stiff considering the thinness. It's a straight blade. It's nicely ground. The tip is thin. There is kanji on there that's chiseled. It's a little hard to tell because the kurauchi was applied after the engraving, but it is some engraved kanji on there. The left side of the blade has some embossed kanji on it. And this gives you kind of a close-up of it. So let me flip it over for our beauty shot here for the video. So really nice looking knives. The performance is good on these. Fit and finish is good. The spine is, it's fairly squarish on the edges, but it's not sharp. And then they've done a little bit of relief on the choil on both sides into the neck here, so it's comfortable right out of the box. The edge profile looks like this. And it's just a pretty good all-around profile. Nothing really stands out. So we've got a little bit of a roll into the heel, so fairly flat in the back half, and then a little bit of belly, enough towards the front where I can get in there for the tip wants to start digging in. So pretty versatile profile for a lot of different techniques. But just a nice all-around knife. Really good steel. We got stainless cladding for a little bit easier maintenance. High performance grind. Neat looking, cool handle. So really well done package. So this is the Harukaze Aogami Super Morado Gyuto 210 millimeter knife.